Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name is Tanek127 and welcome back to Tanek FPS. In today's video, you guys are going to be watching my live reaction to the Runway Update Show on Rogue Company. Now, this is going to be a bit of a beefier, longer video, roughly about an hour long. I would highly suggest if you plan on watching this in its entirety, watching it on your phone or something like that, so you know that way you're not staring at the screen for an hour straight, just listening to my opinions and reactions. I would use this as more of a podcast kind of format. I'm going to try to do these more going forward with Rogue Company and also Paladins. I did try to do it with the Paladins one the other day, but unfortunately my OBS decided to crash 30 seconds before the update show started. I kid you guys not. Crashed and would not reboot. I was so heated. But anyway, we are doing a giveaway this week as well for two sprays. We got a Love Ya spray and a Sandcastle spray. As always, like I say guys, to enter these giveaways, all you have to do is be subscribed, turn the notifications on, aka ring that bell right next to the subscribe button, and comment your feedback and a way to contact you, whether that be email or Twitter handle, down in the comments below. Enjoy today's video. Hope you guys get some good information out of this, and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace out. And here we go.
What's up, Rogues? Welcome into the Runway Update Show. We've got a great one for you
Pretty
today. My name is Dolson. You guys were begging last time for him to come back. Don't worry, he's here. Scott Gandhi joins me for the big update here. Happy to have you. Happy to be back on the update shows.
Yeah, it's good. It's I have like 3 monitors I look at, and
right.
You're here, so there's at any given point I could be looking somewhere else. So I apologize.
Yeah, getting back in front of the camera. I got the mic on, man. It's a callback, right?
Look at me.
You're happy to be back here. Look.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Scott, we've got a lot to talk about, and I think one of the biggest changes in the Runway Update is a new system being added to the game. Weapon Mastery is making its way. Oh, we're going right into it.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Weapon Mastery is the first thing I wanted to hear.
The show flow before
all the details.
We have to do it.
Okay.
So we're starting off with Weapon Mastery. Give me the baseline. What is the system? And you know, I know that you guys have been working on it for a while. Excited to put it in.
Mic filtering on?
Yeah. So Weapon Mastery. This is something that we felt pretty passionate about, and we couldn't wait to get into everyone's hands. And it took a lot of people a long time to pull this off, and it's finally in here. So what Weapon Mastery is?
Mad Cuz Brad, I want your rogue bucks, man. Let me get 130K.
Depth, allowing players to have meaningful choices. And last but certainly not least, it's about giving you all something meaningful to grind for. There's a lot of awesome content inside of here that's totally free, and you unlock it by completing objectives in here. So what is Weapon Mastery? Weapon Mastery is what you're looking at, the future of Rogue Company.
Yep. And look, you can see the weapons list here. So why don't we jump into maybe assault rifles? We'll get our first look at some of the things that you can see there. So here's our list of assault rifles, Scott. Now, if I say click on the HRM 30 there, what am I going to be looking at as far as Weapon Mastery?
Yeah, so inside, so everything is categorized, right? So you have your assault rifles, you have all these other elements. So when
Alright, so you only got to get it to level 5.
By default, you will have 1 milestone
for every class user.
Right? And so that's in the bottom left. And so that milestone, that's your achievement. When you complete that, you are gaining mastery points for that individual weapon. So unlike Rogue Mastery, where all you have to do is kind of play the game, it's all time-based, we wanted this to actually show your proficiency with the weapon. So it's all challenge-based. So once you unlock that one, it's going to tier up, and those challenges are going to continue to count up, and then you're going to start to master this weapon. And so with weapons by default have, well, endless levels.
Right.
But the one that we're all excited about is getting to level 5, but we'll talk about that later.
Right. And so I imagine for every assault rifle, every SMG, every sniper rifle, similar menu to this. Yep. Every gun in the game will have a mastery level. So we can jump back out of this menu here. And so say I complete all of the milestones for the HRM 30.
Yep.
And then I complete all the milestones for the rest of the assault rifles. What does that mean?
So that's actually going to add to your overall class mastery, which we can get in there into a second because Brad actually did a really good job. So Brad, go back into the Harm 30K real quick. So here's what you're working for. These are the rewards. This is the stuff that the art team has done an incredible job of delivering. So when you click in here, these are your different mastery levels. So we have 5 rewards for the weapons. And at the base level, when you unlock mastery level 1, you're going to get this maze wrap. You're also going to get some progress.
I gotta master
to your legendary
SMGs
milestones.
first, man. I
And then
want
you're also gaining
Dahlia's
class mastery.
SMG
So
on
this is what we were
Scorch,
talking
period.
about a little bit earlier, right? When you complete weapon, like
I have
you
an
complete
amazing
challenges
Scorch
for a
build plan.
specific weapon, that ties into the overall class mastery. And that ties into the overall weapons master, which has this incredible reward inside of their first ever fully reactive wrap. But we'll show that later. So, Brad, go ahead and click on 2. So when you get the weapon up to level 2, you're going to get this weapon wrap. It's the Labyrinth. It looks great on a lot of guns. Now, every single weapon...
For a non-reactive wrap, that is nice.
Okay. So this applies to melee weapons. This applies to pistols. You can get a fully customized set. Now go to level 3. And each one gets a little bit more epic, as you can imagine.
Maze to
you know?
Labyrinth to Mirage. It's
So
the natural
Mirage,
progression.
yeah, right? And so same thing. Now you're getting a little bit more class master. Here's the temper. And we just love how this looks inside of the lighting.
They are
Now,
nice.
here's the big one. Here's
that's
the
a lot
big
of stuff.
pieces.
Ooh.
Level 5. This is where the system starts adding a lot of depth and meaning and mastery to Rogue Company. So when you get to level 5, you unlock the Quicksilver wrap. Animated, looks great. Then you also unlock the rare banner for the individual weapon.
Looks good.
Then you get the mastery kill feed color. So when you see this in the kill feed, right, you're like, oh, this guy, he's got a level 5 weapon.
That's why,
He
right?
means business. He means business. Or she. Then here's the big piece. Okay.
They got a way to point
When
the sweat out.
you get to
Point out the
level
sweats.
5 of a weapon, you unlock this weapon for all rogues who have this weapon class. Now, what does that mean? Because we can get a little semantic-y inside of here, you know? If a character has assault rifles, so the harm 30k, so when you get to level 5, you can use that weapon on all of the other rogues that it's applicable for. And so we gave you, the UI team did an incredible job led by...
Ooh, that'll be nice. Can you imagine Switchblade
sure
with
that
Kestrel's
each
AR?
which rogues would have
Ooh.
access to this weapon
Right.
when you unlock it. And that really helps you make decisions as to, well, okay, you know, I really like SMGs, you know? Well, okay, well, if I unlock the...
And that means I can make a nasty Phantom build now, too?
And now
Oh,
you're getting
man.
to express yourself inside of the game. Basically,
Ooh.
that's the power.
And it looks incredible. I imagine the milestones, do they get a little more difficult from
They do.
from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
Yeah, and that's a great point. So go ahead and back out one step, Brad. Thank you very much. So as you unlock these, and Brad, did you unlock any of these by chance on any of them? Did you do it on the Riptide? Oh, you're so good to me.
There you go.
So these are the base levels of all of these achievements or of these milestones. And when you complete them, they're going to tier up, and they're going to get harder and harder and harder. And then from there, they'll plateau out. But always they're just building the weapons mastery up, and you're getting the level bigger and bigger and bigger. And then you're also contributing to your overall class mastery, which contributes to your overall weapon mastery. And God, that skin looks so good.
It does, doesn't it?
On that one. So let's check out the class mastery rewards.
Let's zoom back out a little bit. And so this is, you get level 5 on all these guns, on all the assault rifles. We can now take a look at what assault rifle rewards you're going to get. My goodness.
Yeah, it's
I'm
the
nervous.
Midas.
Those were difficult challenges, and I suck at shooters, so I'm not sure I'm ever going to get the Midas. But if you do...
Oh,
you'd be
my
surprised.
goodness.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah, it might be, but the Midas looks mighty good up there. And you know what? That's enough. That alone is enough to make me probably grind out a lot of these AR challenges. But
Yeah.
there is some more in this
great.
list here. You got a banner and a title as well. But my God, I don't want to click off of this skin, Scott. That looks
I know
good.
the skin looks great. You know, you get the banner to show your proficiency. Brad, do me a favor. Go check out the 24S with the Midas wrap on there. It's one of those ones that the SMGs, you know, you can just kind of feel the swag in there.
I can see it now. I can
Damn,
see a
that does
Lancer
look nice.
Oh yeah.
gunning me down
Right?
with this rep on.
The best part is when you're at this point, most likely, you know, that
Right.
SMG could be used on not just Lancer. And so the big piece here, which you can't really tell when you look at this, is that this is reactive. Meaning when
What does
you
that mean?
shoot, when you shoot the weapon, it's actually going to change overall. And you're going to see it. And Brad's going to be able to demonstrate us here, I believe. I think he's got it.
We'll give it a try. But it changes color, something like that, while you're shooting, and it looks absolutely amazing, I imagine. So, it's almost a Christmas tree, right? You start at the bottom. You got one individual gun in the class.
That's a good way of putting it.
And then it gets, maybe it's a reverse Christmas tree. You start very specific at the bottom with the one mastery, and then you go up a little bit. Then you complete all the AR challenges. Or you said I was going to call them challenges, and I did. You complete all the milestones on the ARs.
Yeah.
And so then you master the assault rifle class. What happens down here towards the bottom? I see weapons master.
Yep.
Brad, at 0% unlocked, but I imagine as you get some of the classes mastered, this is what you're working
now,
towards.
This is the Nova Legendary Wrap. So, yes, you get the title.
Phew.
Yes, you get this incredible Weapons Master Legendary banner. But this Legendary Wrap is fully reactive, and it changes throughout the match. It has different stages, right?
Yep.
So it starts off, and it's a little base, and then you get the electricity built up, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and it looks amazing on every gun. Now, to be clear, this works on every single weapon when you unlock it, right? So this is your pistols, this is your melee weapons, this is everything. And that's probably the coolest part of all of it, is that as soon as you get to the weapons master, you just know that you're so fully kitted out that it's like your parents picking out your clothes. You know, you already know what you're gonna wear.
And you know what? That's intimidating. That's an intimidating wrap as well. I see someone running around with that on the enemy team from across the map, and I'm going the other direction. I imagine you're going to be running around with that pretty early on here in this one. And Ultimate Weapons Master. I can't think of a better title to slap on there after getting all the milestones done, and then the legendary banner there as well. I do think unique and probably worth mentioning, if you go back to the weapon class menu here.
Oh yeah, I noticed.
You know, it's not only limited to.
But here, you know what? You want to know the best thing, honestly, to do?
Sniper rifles, excuse me.
Get
SMGs,
it done now.
Melee and gadget are also gonna have,
there's not a
things you
billion
have to work
rogues
towards
in the
as
game.
well. And so I think that adds a little extra.
As sad as that is
You
to
gotta get in there
say.
with the melee weapons and
Like,
and
can you
gadgets,
imagine,
things like that.
like,
I am curious
trying
what
to
goes
do
down as the
this,
swing.
trying to
It
master these
looks like
guns
you get,
this time
for your baseball
next
bat
year,
stuff as well. So you got to include
when
you
there's
gotta
like
include the
6
melee
or
and
7
gadgets.
more rogues
Yeah.
added to the
And
game,
so it is
so you
important
have
to
that
note
many more characters
that
and weapons to do.
unlike,
Like, nah.
unlike
I wish they would have brought this
primary
out last year
pistols that
for
you
year
don't
1,
unlock
so we wouldn't have that
all
many
these
guns.
characters.
Okay.
So you don't have to worry about Sigrid running
Oh my
around
God.
with
That's a good point.
revolver and a shield.
This is
or
going.
an
This is
extra
going to be
shield
worse
and a
than
shield
than
and
grinding
it's
dark
super
matter in
strong
Call of
inside
Duty.
there. And the same thing with melee weapons. Melee weapons do not unlock globally for all the different characters when you get there. And the
Okay,
final
that's fine.
piece, which is
I do want to do
Brad showing off
secondaries
right
too,
now,
because I want to use
is
the Executioner on
when
everybody.
you have
The Deagle is the best
completed-
pistol in the
when
Rogue
you
Company, in my opinion.
unlocked a weapon at level 5, you actually have the ability to go into an individual rogue and set it as your favorite weapon. So if I'm an Anvil player and I really like the SKL-6, well, I can just favorite it. Then it's going to be my default weapon that I see in my in-game shop.
And I think this is a really good way, actually, of visualizing more specifically what you were talking about earlier.
Yeah,
where,
go ahead
where
and click on swap.
anyone who can equip an LMG will have the option shotguns as well. And so I think that was a really awesome way.
I like what they're doing here, man. This is like
So weapon mastery.
it's making it more
the
kind
build
of
change,
Valorant like.
Getting added in here in the runway update. Any kind of final thoughts on weapon mastery? Anything that I did a poor job?
Now,
of
in all
segueing
fairness,
us
people
into
who
any
play
final
Valorant
thoughts there with the
are going to
system?
find this concept
Friends
probably
with
kind of
pretty
silly.
hair shine
That's right.
Because
very
they get all the
strong.
weapons for
No,
anybody.
I think you did. I think you did.
And-
Right,
at
well,
the
I think
jump.
we're going to get in game, and we'll actually be able to see how the favorite system works there with weapon mastery. I always love the walk-in. I got to say, from day number 1,
Yeah,
playing Rogue
you're
Company,
You're
a big
walking kind
walk-in
of guy.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And and here's the thing, and I've prefaced this entire conversation with how.
Like I said, I hope this just doesn't get
You feel
reverted because
great
of
for a
people's
moment, you're
sketchy
walking in,
opinions.
You're feeling good, you're geared up, and then I get blasted by a guy with the
Ooh.
ultimate weapon master title and.
New shooting range.
Also, surprise, new shooting range. What up? It's awesome.
We do love that. So, new shooting range is being added in here as well.
Yep.
Some yardages, and this will be a good opportunity for players to practice the weapon mastery, the shots here, with that. All right, so we're not gonna show any of this in game.
Yeah, that's in the patch. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, how do you want me to segue this?
It's in.
Okay. Are we going to go into this screen right here?
We should. Do that, and then let's do the reveal.
Okay.
Fucking Dylan.
Uh-oh. They having some difficulties?
It's a good thing you noticed it. I was just going to roll right on through.
Trust Brad, Andy. As you should. You should just do that.
All right, so now we get an opportunity to jump in game, look at the weapon menu, and you can see kind of the swap icon there. And I imagine that's where you're going to get to make the changes in the weapon mastery department when you get more LMGs, more shotguns, things like that.
Yeah, so this is technically a new shop, and if you could just hit back real quick for me, you can see that when you're on this default screen, as you unlock more weapons, you'll get to see how many of each category are available to you.
Oh, right.
Now, that was smart how they changed the UI last update because it works for this.
Swap,
That old UI would have
click
been
swap.
crap for
now
all those
you're getting to
weapons.
see all of the other weapons that you can have access to if you unlock them.
Yep.
And they're locked for a reason because you can't equip them, but that is how you would go ahead and switch through. Now, from our previous season, our buy one, get one system still works the exact same way. If you unlock every single assault rifle and you buy the KA-30 and you fully upgrade it, and now all of a sudden you want to just swap to the Harm 30K, you can, free of charge. Same thing happens when you swap between individual weapons as well.
Got it. So the fluidity of the game, at least in that department, continues.
Yep.
And so I'm very excited and intrigued on how the different weapon of the same class will start to change some of the meta and the gameplay around some of these certain rogues. So I believe now we're going to get to take a peek at another new addition, or changed edition, maybe a new shooting range here.
That's right.
In Rogue Company in the Runway update, and it looks good.
Yeah, for some of us online have already seen this from the ArtStation dump that the Rogue Company art team has done, but this is the brand new shooting range. This is the Rogue Company training facility. It's full of some world building. There's some basketball, and this is just one of those tiny additions that really just shows how much the environment team led by Dan Brown and Matt Demaray care. You know, like
Absolutely.
we put a lot of effort into really getting the personality of Rogue Company and our universe into here.
Wow, and that's actually super unique. So the zip line over the top that Brad just took there, you can work on some of your accuracy while flying through the map here. And we got the rogues running around on the top, running down to the bottom. So it's and to your point there, Scott.
Yep.
Very clearly, a lot of love went into this. You want to make sure that you can practice your accuracy in different types of scenarios. So you're going to have the bots running around, and you can work on that. You can jump on the zip line and see if we can hit a shot while they're running around. I was going to put Brad on the spot there, but we elected not to. And I do like, I'll admit from my perspective, I love the openness of it, right?
Yeah.
There are some shooting ranges where you get in, you're really locked in, and you just kind of sit there and stand there. The fact that you can run around, move to the different areas, I think is really awesome. This is an awesome change, and very excited to watch players get into game. Nervous, though, again, about the upgrade in playability, the upgrade in skill level of my opponents once they jump into the new shooting range.
Shooting range has been one of these core pieces inside of our game for quite some time, and getting to do the full visual update while maintaining everything that's special about the original was something that, you know, was very important to us, and I think the team did a great job. You got some pictures of
Love that
Sigrid.
phrase,
We
work
have
harder,
a-
play harder. Oh, yeah.
Brad, can you go all the way over to your right? No, the other way. Nope, 180 that way. Yep, that wall. There is a sign. Oh man, this is failing. But you get to see a picture of Scorch. There's a sign in here that's really funny. That just be on the lookout for Easter eggs.
It'll be an Easter egg.
There you go.
So the shooting range looks incredible, and the player's going to get to jump in, get their hands on it, and practice with those weapons, improve that weapon mastery in the new weapon mastery system. It all works together. It all just works out.
He's getting it
so well. Yeah, I'm learning.
starting.
Quickly. I'm learning quickly. Don't you worry over there, Scott. All right. So the big change, weapon mastery. We fleshed that out. We've discussed it. I'm sure people will be tweeting at you. I see you interacting on Twitter constantly. If you have any more questions, just flood him with everything. Sorry, I'm setting you up here. And then we got to look at the shooting range. in Rogue Company as well. So now we get back to a little bit more tried and true. We've got some new cosmetics.
Bring on the skins.
In the skins.
All right, let's see.
You talk about the environment team. You talk about the animation, the art, everything. It just all looks so good. And so the first thing we're going to get to look at is a new Kestrel skin, Empress Kestrel.
It's her first.
Ooh, a new Kestrel skin.
True, if you will.
Okay.
It's the first like real skin for her.
And it looks good, doesn't it?
God.
Hey.
My goodness.
I love the detail
amount of
work.
Yeah, I was gonna say the amount of the individual specific detail work that looks like that did go into this skin. I don't think can be understated. It looks absolutely incredible. All the jewelry and everything.
Yeah, the material work is just very well done.
Man, the Rogue Company art team just keeps killing it, huh?
Kenzie Lamar over there, really leading those guys and girls to a strong showing every single patch, and it's a testament to his work overall.
Absolutely.
And the teams. Yeah.
And lucky for us, that's only the first thing we have to look at here, or get to look at here.
We're gonna get to show off my girl. Oh wait,
Yeah?
that's not that time yet. We're not talking about the new Rogue yet. Sorry.
You're getting ahead of things. Oh,
I just,
what'd you say? Yeah, well, I already teased the name of the new Rogue at least 7 times as far as the update show goes. So yeah, Runway.
Wave Run.
Oh, Wave Runner. I've never seen anyone not smile on a Wave Runner. Let's take a look at the next skin that's being tossed into the game here. New Switchblade skin. This one looks awesome as well.
I'm grabbing that for sure.
I made the what was the joke? The Andy Warhol joke earlier on. I don't know. No soup cans.
Oh, it's a bundle.
Great looking skin as well, and it's a bundle, so you get the weapon.
Sometimes
wraps.
jokes are really.
Okay, Switchblade.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I said it off camera, and it really
Not saying
hit
that
them.
that applies to your joke.
Everyone was laughing when I said it the first
yeah.
time. They came in, they were clapping, and it just landed a little flat this time. But this is the Pop Art Switchblade bundle, so you're gonna get the weapon skins, the melee skins, and all that sort of fun stuff, and it moves around a little bit. I like that.
A little bit of animation, all themed around pop art. Switchblade, super fun.
Yep, super cool looking skin there as well. All right, so the fun is not over, not yet. So we got another skin that we're gonna get to take a look at moving up next here. I believe, I don't want to get ahead of myself here. Could be getting ahead of myself here. Mac Field Operative is the next skin that we're going to take a look at, talk a little
Mac's
bit about.
got another
If
one?
it's anything like the previous art that we've seen up to this point, I imagine it's going to look absolutely amazing, and it is. Oh,
Look at him.
1 for 1
Wow.
is me. My goodness, the guns on this guy.
It's like your spirit animal.
That's
you,
right.
You need can you grow a beard?
I can. I actually shaved not long ago.
What does that mean? Like,
This is, so I have a trimmer, and that was like, I trimmed maybe 2 days ago down to this. To get to your status, I'm
say 5 hours and see what happens.
3 weeks. 3 years until I get to Scott
I'm
Gandhi
just
level.
kidding.
So that was Field
It's a
Operative.
pretty average beard overall, but thank you.
No, scruff is all the rage nowadays.
It's not.
And the Field Operative Mac has some of that, so make sure to take a look at that when it gets added into the game. All right, so there's some emotes now that we get to look at here as well. And these are always my favorite because in the rare chance I do end up getting a kill, taunting my enemy in unique ways is always a fun way of doing it. So
it's camaraderie.
that's right. You do it with your play, but I do it in the you took an L emote. And that's just such a classic, isn't it? Just throw up the old L on the forehead. You need one, and feels bad when it happens to you. Team spirit as well. Something about the pom-poms adds a little extra disrespect, and I think that's a good thing.
That is the best emote to use on someone like Fixer and Anvil, just because it makes absolutely no sense for them. But it's amazing.
What you gonna do here? Oh! You were did they put the little dots on you, and you did this did you motion cap this?
Absolutely not, no.
No, you didn't?
I wish.
I wish.
I would look really good doing it. Don't get it twisted. You know,
no, I imagine you would, which is why I assumed that was you, and I almost saw your fluidity in the emote there. All right, so if you knew emotes
they do
getting
say
out of
I'm nimble like a cat.
Did they say that?
Kitty cat. Yeah.
Who says that?
Someone.
Someone says it. Someone out there has said it. I'll echo that.
It'll come.
It will. So 3 new emotes that you're going to get to look at there. Team Spirit, You Took the L, and Vogue Drop, modeled officially by none other than Scott Gandhi, and that's been confirmed here live and now. All right, so those are the new skins, new emotes, things like that. They all look beautiful.
Yep.
Don't want to miss any of those, so keep your eyes open when the new update drops. All right, so now we got to move on to a very fun topic, and you're very involved with this on Twitter, as you are with everything else. The game balance is going to be receiving a few changes here. In
boy.
Trying to get comfortable.
I know, right? You gotta situate yourself, get yourself comfortable. All right, so let's move on to game balance. Let's start. Let's start things off.
Run me through.
First and foremost, with the conviction here, I believe we're making some conviction changes.
Yep. So here's the thing with the conviction. The conviction has been one of the strongest weapons that we actually have inside a Rogue Company for a couple of patches, and we've isolated where it overperforms based on its accuracy. So even though this just kind of is a broad term for lowered accuracy, what we've done here is we've reduced the aim over shoulders accuracy and the max accuracy gain that you actually get when you fire the weapon.
Alright, they nerfing max LMG.
I
guess.
Of the gun, right? We think it's a super awesome.
It starts inaccurate when you fire, though. That ain't really bother me.
Kind of re-peek or kind of try to abuse third-person advantage or third-person camera to their advantage, right? So we didn't want to take that away.
Like when that dude fires for a good amount of time. It's like I was telling you when I gave you that tip that day, Jay. If you see him firing for a good amount of time, you get down.
Far and away the best gun that we had in our game, so we needed to make some adjustments inside of there, and we feel pretty good about the accuracy adjustment.
People playing a third-person shooter and don't believe in taking cover.
A good, comfortable change there for people who love using a conviction. That's the first bit of update. The Deadeye also is receiving a bit of a change here in this next big update.
Yep.
Why?
Some damage reduction, fall-off damage, getting some tweaks as well.
Yeah, so, you know, the Deadeye...
These weapon changes, man.
Not as crazy as the MXR. Everybody knows I love the MXR. That's like my child.
Yep.
But the Deadeye, over time, we kind of just made one change, made another change, then another. Yep. And then all of a sudden, before you knew it, this gun was by far and away the best DMR in class. And it really can be isolated down to two issues. One, the range is pretty damn good.
Oh, it is.
Right? The range is really far, and in most of the encounters that you get in, you don't have to worry about the fall-off range. The second part, which is the most important part, is that at any range, the Deadeye actually would 3-tap in your body, and then for the first 2 fall-off ranges, it could 2-tap in your head. So you never really were penalized by range, and with the time to kill of this weapon, the 3-tap to the body was just a little bit too easy for people. So we have just reduced that fall-off damage to bring it more in line. So you're not just guaranteed to kill it.
So now it's a 4-tap to the...
Of course. You got to still be a Deadeye to use the gun.
I guess.
That was a good one, wasn't it? How many times has that joke been made? 1 million, right?
Most people don't know it's the Deadeye. They go the D3DI, and then I'm like...
I'm 90% sure I made that mistake last time.
I'm like, man.
Now there's a whole new world of puns that are opening themselves up to me. All right, so those are the Deadeye changes that'll be rolling into the next update. Moving on to the 24S and the SLC. Similar ideas in their fall-off damage category.
Yeah, so this one is the 24S and the SLC have had reduced
Why?
fall-off damage.
Oh, my God.
And really, both of these guns were overperforming outside of their optimal ranges. And when I look at the community feedback and I look on social media, the majority of people are coming to me and saying, hey, the 24S is way too good, and the data supports you. And so we are making some adjustments on the 24S and the SLC to kind of bring it more in line. The SLC wasn't as big of an offender, right? It was.
I mean, they ain't too big of a deal, but still.
But the SLC still was a little bit too good outside of its primary range.
So fall-off damage seems to be a trend here. We're gonna break that trend a little bit.
That's right.
We're gonna break that trend and then maybe come back to it a little bit later.
Well, there, people got nothing to cry about Weapon Master.
Is the next gun in the game that is gonna have some changes being tweaked to it. Less in the fall-off damage category, more in the accuracy category.
Yeah. So the Sahara
Asylum is gonna be pissed.
Widely considered to be one of the most consistent assault rifles in the game, and also is believed to be one of the strongest.
The Sahara, that's Seeker's gun.
Players inside of the game. So when we looked at it, we looked at the numbers and we said, well, the data points that it is a little bit more consistent than our other weapons, but it didn't seem to be isolated to the damage or the damage ranges, and so it looked like it just on average it was a little bit too consistent with its accuracy. So we have reduced the accuracy to kind of bring it more in line with other weapons.
And those changes will make you
need
to be more of a Deadeye. I really slammed it in there a second time.
Woo!
Not even
Next
on the same
one.
gun. Next one. We're moving on from that one. Right. We're gonna don't worry. We're gonna keep things rolling here. KA-30, the next weapon that's gonna be receiving some changes. And this time it's a good one.
Yeah. So
wow, the one weapon buff Aki gets. Interesting.
The gun hasn't been good for a little bit, and we apologize for that. We love the KA-30. And over time,
It deserved
they've
it
added
though.
more and more assault rifles.
Because Ronin and
And so the KA-30
and Dima's
we
gun,
are
that thing did need
increasing the
some.
headshot damage
It wasn't
from
bad,
29 to
but it did need a
35.
little bump
And
up.
why do you care
I'm
about
glad they
that?
did this.
Well, that means
of
that
all
if
guns.
you hit 2 headshots, you just need to hit 2 body
Of course,
shots
Aki would
in
get
its
this
optimal
buff.
kill ranges, and you're going to be able to take down your enemies. Before, you needed to land basically all 4 headshots in order to kill them, and that was just a little bit too difficult for people. In addition to that, the KA-30, unfortunately, had the worst accuracy of all of our assault rifles. So we went ahead and we said, well, we're going to give it a little bit of a buff inside of this category. So the goal with this is to bring the KA-30 more in line with all of our other weapons, like the Riptide and the Nightshade. And we feel pretty confident about that here with these changes.
All right, so those are the block of the weapons updates in the game. Think that'll be good for comfortability. So let's move on to some non-weapony things here.
I'm not crazy about those nerfs though.
Dallas losing EMP for adrenaline. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so look, Dallas, we gave him the last patch. We gave him the Riptide instead of the Harm 30k, right? And that's kind of helped them a lot actually inside of his win rate.
They're trying to make Dallas a really aggressive intel guy.
Who really uses the EMPs to his advantage.
I think the problem is Seeker outshined him a lot.
Based intel character. Why the momentum comes from, in order to proc that ability over and over again, you need to get.
But I don't know why though, because Dallas is a lot easier to play than Seeker.
Something that he can gain health, and so the idea here is that we give him adrenaline stim.
Seeker like that bope, you just can't
stay in the fights a little bit longer. Pop his ability.
That's not something you jump into when you a mastermind with day one.
So I think that'll work for me.
You're a Dallas guy?
I'm a big Dallas guy.
Okay.
Not Cowboys, but the in game itself.
Doesn't it?
Absolutely.
It just sucks that they're like the most profitable and the best overall.
And they're on Hard Knocks this year. God. Unreal, unbelievable. Moving on to a different rogue, Seeker. Passive getting some changes. 2 times damage now on Seeker's passive.
Yeah, so this is one that we are looking for a lot of feedback from the community on this one. Through all the surveys, Seeker is one of the more requested characters to get a buff, and a lot of the general trend of feedback has been, hey, we would really like
Seeker claps
body
cheeks.
shots are already so difficult. Can we have them kill enemies?
I mean, I don't mind it,
we
but
want a lot of feedback on from the PTS, so please make sure you can designate some time to play this and give us feedback on it.
So we'll see how that affects Seeker and make some changes moving forward, depending on how it's received. C4
I guess.
gadget. I also love the C4.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm happy, Asylum will like that change, but
so
Seeker ain't feel like he was in a bad spot.
C4 originally really strong, little floaty. It was kind of like you could throw like a frisbee and then it kind of landed. And then we kind of brought it back, and so, and we kind of over nerfed, and then we brought it into like a little bit of a middle area. The goal with these C4 changes are there's been a lot of complaints around when I throw the C4, it feels like it takes forever for it to hit the ground, right? It's just like, why won't it hit the ground? So we reworked how you throw the C4, so we gave it more weight, but we also maintained the same distances. So now when you throw it, it's going to go up, and it's also going to land a little bit quicker. In addition to that, these changes make it so the C4 gets shot out of your hand less. So you get a more consistent C4 experience.
I love shooting the C4 out of people's hands.
A lot of the times when you have the C4, you're in here, someone's around the corner, you're like, oh, okay, and you throw it, But when you get here, you die, or you throw it, and then you're waiting.
I love doing that to people.
Please, just let me hit, and then you die. But now, both of those scenarios, you throw it, what up?
Boom. That's a nice quality of life change.
Yep.
And so I think C4 in a bit of a better spot now. And then one final bit of game balance that's being changed, not with a rogue or a weapon or a gadget, but respawn timer in King of the Hill is receiving a bit of a increase. Was 5 seconds, now 7 seconds in King of the Hill.
Yeah, this is a big shout out to a lot of the competitive guys out there. So Cannibals, Gronky, Cool Matt. A lot of the other people who always kind of weigh in. Rome is a big contributor there. Radthar as well. A big piece of feedback on King of the Hill 4v4, which is played competitively on the weekends for our tournaments, is, hey, sometimes it doesn't feel like we have a respawn time at all. And when we kill the enemy team, and sometimes it might be an advantage for them, could we see what it's like if we had a longer respawn time? We took that in consideration. We tested a lot of different times, and we ended up increasing the overall respawn time from 5 seconds to 7 seconds. And it actually does create a much more competitive experience, but also a more enjoyable experience.
Hey, and don't die, and this won't affect you, right? That's how that
pretty
goes?
much.
That's how that goes,
just don't die.
Don't die in King of the Hill. Then you won't have to worry about the increased respawn time. All right, so that's it for the game balance section of the big update, the big runway update. And don't worry, Scott Gandhi, we're getting there. One final thing we've got to talk about.
It's the time.
And it's the big one. I was going to say way run, but I want to make sure that it's very clean and clear. Let's talk about the new rogue being added into the game. Runway finally makes her appearance after what I noted was the appearance in the first ever video way back when the game was announced. Now we get to see Runway in game.
Oh, it's so exciting to see. Literally the entire Rogue Company development team has been eagerly waiting to put Runway, a.k.a. the shopkeep, a.k.a. the arms dealer, into our game. And so you guys can read the bio when it comes out into the game, but I want to take a second and just say this has been one of the most enjoyable experiences because we got to see the community understand that, wow, they're going to do the shop. You know, we had a year of, when are they going to do the arms dealer? And then recently it was, oh my God, the arms dealer's in the game. That's the silver-haired lady from the cinematic. And then from there, we started rolling out the ability and things along those lines. And this has been just such a unbelievably incredible journey to work on. Very tough character to get right. Throughout all of the iterations, definitely one of the ones that was a little bit harder for us because, we already knew who she was.
Sure.
And then the players already knew who she was. And so a little bit of the difficulty there was sometimes through...
It's about time they add another support, though.
What you end up doing is you move away entirely from a concept. So, like, arms dealer, right? If that wasn't working out for us, sometimes we would be like, okay, you know what? She's not going to be an arms dealer. It's going to be something else. But for this one, we had to stay true to it, and we turned out getting something pretty awesome.
Yeah, it looks incredible. I was one of those people... Literally, when we started talking about it, I was like, wait, I saw her on the cinematic. Now I get to see her in game. Awesome. So probably had enough time at this point to read those abilities. Let's jump into the armory a little bit here. Hydra is her primary weapon. P12K, Katana, Tripmine, and
That's the assault rifle I'm on
right there.
AR.
My good. Already 13 downs for Brad
it's a
here
scar.
with the Hydra.
Okay.
Yeah, Brad's been working out. So for those of you who saw the cinematic, which is basically everybody who's watching this, right? This is the weapon that's modeled after the one that was inside of that cinematic. In the cinematic, we called it the Mamba. The Mamba obviously is already a gun inside of our game, and so this is the Hydra. It's the exact same experience. This is a slow-firing, heavy-hitting assault rifle. It packs a punch.
Oh, feels good, yeah.
It is, as the kids say, chunky.
I was going to say chunky, so I'm glad you said it. So I didn't
That's right.
To,
I don't know if kids actually say that. I just am kind of full.
Am I a kid? I don't know. I'm 26.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a kid. I say chunky.
I'll be 32 in September, so.
Close enough. Look, I say chunky, and I think that adds...
God, look how good that looks.
Yeah, it looks incredible, doesn't it? And so
I
that
can't
adds
wait.
a little bit
I
to
want
the
that
range.
gun so bad.
There is something to be said.
That
at the risk of saying it too many times.
Dahlia's SMG are going to be the first guns I master.
Very good feeling, slow-firing, chunky, damage-dealing AR, right? And when you're accurate, it just feels good. The feeling when playing with a gun like that is just incredible. And hey, you're going to get some of these mastery rewards.
It shows off all of these skins so perfectly.
It does.
Because of how much
a lot of
extra
surface area.
Yeah, it took so much surface area.
Oh man,
truly great.
Yeah, this is gonna be my day one mastery. I'm gonna be the Hydra master after a few hours of play.
Okay,
maybe.
so Brad, let's bring it back. Let's bring it all the way back.
Yeah, that's right.
Go up to the bio real quick for me.
All right, so we're up to the bio now.
Okay.
We're going rogue here.
I had to get out of the memory lane. Now, the role. This is our first hybrid support. And so what that means is technically she has a support, but she has the ability to kind of take over a game if she will. If she wants to, or if she needs to, if her team wants it.
Yep.
So, starting off with the passive, fully loaded. Runway is able to equip both her primary weapons. Now, the second primary weapon actually replaces your pistol. If you do want your pistol, you can go to it.
And she's
in
AR and
addition
sniper.
to that, this is our third sniper class that we've actually put together inside of here. So, Runway...
Oh, so she's also a sniper.
Check it out here in a second. When you purchase one weapon, you get both of them. When you upgrade one, you upgrade both of them. So you are upgrading both at the exact same time. The ability we'll show it off in game as to how it works, but just know that it's special.
Infinite ammo and refilling gadgets feels pretty good, I think.
Come on, man.
It's literally right there.
Nah, man.
You're right. That's on me. I said it, and it wasn't obvious enough. All right, so Runway, we've got the abilities, the passives. Looked at the armory a little bit. Maybe we jump down to the perks and see what Runway is going to be rolling with in-game. Berserker, padded steps, helping hand, nimble hands, track-arounds, and headstrong. So a nice a suite of perks there for Runway.
Yeah, they complement the kit really well. The big one was making sure Berserker fit on her.
Right.
Just because you had 2 primary weapons. So going through this is the Mastery Rewards. Again, absolutely incredible work here. The avatar showing off the briefcase ability. The Mastery emote still coming in here.
Am I allowed to say badass?
Yeah.
I did. She looks badass, doesn't she?
She does.
The little snap of the fingers, the briefcase opens. That's the Mastery emote.
This is probably the best
Her
Mastery
player
dance
card's
in the
high.
game, I'd say.
But wait, who's that?
So, who you're seeing...
We're going to get to that.
Yeah. Okay, all right, you baited me. You baited me.
I baited you a little bit.
And
That's
there's
on
the
me.
border.
That's
Yep.
on me. When I have the ability to do that sometimes. And there's your epic title mastery badge as well. Look, you got to sow a little intrigue into the mix here. Who was that, you might ask? But we're going to have to wait and see. We're going to jump into the shooting range here, see how she feels, and take a look. I'm the high anticipation around seeing this Hydra shoot. I don't think can be understated.
God, look at her.
AR and sniper, that's a fun combo as well. And then
Let's see that intro
ARs to
walk in.
unlock through the weapons mastery system, then a couple snipers to get in there as well. And I can see on your face, and you know, I know the viewers at home can't, the pride around having Runway finally come into the game.
It's
it's awesome.
This character went through, like, on the design side, it went through a lot of iterations.
Yeah.
And
one of the more difficult ones you've had to design.
yeah,
you
it's
think?
definitely one of the more difficult ones. Just because, again, the community already had an idea of who she was, and we had to stay true to that. And
right.
I'd be wrong if I didn't think Matthew Carey, who was the gameplay programmer throughout all these iterations, he was absolutely incredible in making sure that he was responding. He understood where we were going. He came up with a lot of these ideas as well, and we were able to kind of create something pretty awesome. So here's how it works. So Runway has a custom shop experience. So Brad, go ahead and buy the Hydra. When you buy the Hydra, boom. Now go ahead and close the shop. You get both of them. You see both are there. Hydra's on your back. Your sniper's out. You can flip between these two. You have it from this point on.
Yep.
Now, Brad, go ahead and open up the shop. Let's go ahead and hit swap under assault rifles, please. So, once you have all of those other ones unlocked, you can actually choose a different assault rifle here, obviously, but you cannot have 2 sniper rifles.
Right.
Right? It doesn't give you that ability. You're still locked into an assault rifle and a sniper rifle.
But if I were to swap out for a new AR, it would come in as level 1, tier 1 upgrade. I imagine same for tier 2, tier 3 onward.
Whatever you upgraded it to.
Let's see that TTK for that AR. That's what I want to see. Come on, shoot one of those targets.
Brad, go ahead and buy a Semtex grenade. Let's get ready to show off this ability, shall we? And really, again, big shout out here to the UI team and the client team for actually making this happen. There's a lot of extra work to really sell this passive ability, and we did a great job. So here's the ability. So supply on demand gives Runway a briefcase that she can deploy on the ground. And so Brad is going to go ahead and throw it. You can throw it a pretty short distance. And there's been a lot of confusion as to how this is going to work, right? Because some of it got data mined. And so normally that means that it leads to some confusion. So what you see here is that there are 2 bullet icons right in the middle.
Yep.
Only 2 people can interact with this.
Got it.
Runway is always able to, Runway can be one of those people who interact with it. Okay?
That's just team choice.
Yep. So it's not just for her team, it's for her and her team. Now, when you interact with this, you are going to get, if you have purchased a gadget, you are going to get max supply of those gadgets, and you're also going to get infinite ammo. You can tell you have infinite ammo by looking at the right-hand side of your screen and seeing that blue bar. And this also applies to friendly players as well.
Yep. And a bullet went away on your little refresh thing there. And so you're able to.
All right, so a full team just can't run around with infinite ammo.
Or who has refilled themselves.
Exactly.
As the game goes on.
So, Brad, let's get into the fun part here.
If I don't see this Hydra shoot in the next
Oh, you're not gonna see it.
30 seconds?
You need to, Brad. Don't shoot it. Don't shoot it. Don't
Come
shoot
on!
Brad, go ahead and buy a trip mine.
I'm gonna
This-
lose my mind.
It's okay. It's
That's
all
all I
about
wanna
the
see.
ability
Come
right
on,
now.
man.
We'll show the
You're right.
Hydra here
You're
in a
right.
second.
You're right.
So, whatever version of gadget you purchase, right? That's what you get max copies of. So, now Brad's going to go through all of his gadgets. He used every single one of them, right? Brad, go ahead and interact with it again. He's got all of his trip mines, and he also has all of the Semtex as well. And those are max level. For those of you who don't know, which is probably a decent amount, you can only have 3 trip mines, you can only have 4 trip mines out at one given time. If you do more than that, one of them is going to get deleted.
Right.
And so Brad, because he's like screaming at me here, and in shooting range, this doesn't actually convey the right way. Which is why I was like, oh god, let me get this. Let's shoot the Hydra.
That was satisfying. All right, time is now. I yelled at Scott Gandhi, and now I get to take.
Brad, don't shoot anybody yet. Shoot off into the distance.
Yes.
Chunk.
See, even just the sound. I don't even need to hear the hit markers yet. Just the way that sounds.
Yes.
And I got to admit, seeing this for the first time.
That and Dahlia's
feels like the
SMG are the
recoil is
first
right about
guns
enough
I'm
as
going to
well,
master.
You know, it kind of kicks you back a little bit, but
This is fully
Like I
upgraded.
said, I
too.
don't want Runway, I just want her
not
gun.
overwhelming, necessarily,
Yeah.
but it's got a nice little kick to it, and it.
Now the team needs me to
Well,
play Runway
let's
gladly,
check out just the base level.
Okay.
Okay.
But-
Start off with the base here.
I just want
Now,
that gun.
It's chunky. Now, Brad, lay into somebody.
Please.
Come on.
Yeah. So this
Hit
assault
somebody.
rifle has the
Ooh!
most.
That thing kills quick. Look at that.
Yeah, that feels good.
Now, Brad, go ahead and upgrade this thing. Show 'em
That's
what we're
without.
really
Oh
good
my
at.
god, that's without upgrades.
That's base. We're not here for just the base.
Now pump the bass up. Give me 4 tiers.
Look at
Yo,
that,
let's
32.
go.
We actually have a balance change because 32 is a little bit too good.
Let's
Already
go.
put that in the PTS, it's actually 30. Don't worry about that right now. Balance team
That's
doing
what
a
I'm
good
talking
job.
about.
Keep me on my toes.
Can you put it on 32?
Yeah, I want to
Icon?
put that on
Can you put it
Phantom
on
with her
32?
freaking
I can do whatever you want.
That'd be sweet.
with
I
her
can-
health
I can do
regeneration stuff.
literally any of that.
Ooh,
No, it's
boy, I
it's
can't
probably
wait for
to
this
say that you
update.
can't and you won't.
Yep.
Because there are probably implications there if people thought otherwise. But yes, this looks and feels. I don't even have to be playing with it to know that it feels good. The audio team, I think, did a wonderful job here on this
Yeah,
one.
Andrea, Garrett Turner, both of them
Yep.
doing just an absolutely incredible job for us. They also respond very well to me when I'm like, I need it to sound like a god shooting the gun.
Well, and that's so
and they're
important.
like, oh, I
They're
get
like,
it.
Yeah, I get it. And that's so important, isn't it? When it's one thing if audio sometimes I think could be underappreciated. I mean, it's
Absolutely.
one thing. You have this gun that you see the numbers pop up and they're chunky. If we're sticking with the trend that we've established here, but to really tie everything together, you need the audio, you need the sound, and I think on the Hydra, from what we can hear here, it sounds awesome.
Yep. Now-
Tracking very well.
What we haven't done yet is listen to the clips, Brad. So if we could get
That's true. We've got
if we
the gun.
if we could
we've
just go
got the
through a
passive.
couple, just pick
This
a couple.
will give you a sense of Runway's personality, I have to imagine.
Yep.
A pleasure, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Let's get the,
Okay.
get the
Pretty as a picture. That
This-
was gorgeous.
This all tracks.
Oh, well done. It appears I owe you an apology. Well, what did you expect?
That's my favorite.
What did you expect? These are so good.
Of course, dear.
See, I don't know. All that tracks in my mind because it's
Well.
like
What did you expect?
it kind of comes off as like the
Uh-huh.
pompous, like rich British lady, but in reality, well, maybe that's exactly what she is. But
Yep.
then she'll turn around and shoot you in the face with a gun, and
You know it.
I think that blends her character together very well.
Yeah.
So awesome job on the voice work as well.
Dude,
Yeah.
I can't wait
For,
to use that gun
thumbs
on
up all
Phantom.
around.
That's the
Corinne
main person I
actually
want to
is the
use.
one who did a lot of the video work on here, and she did just writing the script, and she did an absolutely stellar job. Now, some of you are probably wondering, can Glitch hack this? Yes, Glitch can
That is a good
obviously
question.
hack this.
Good.
EMPs obviously will destroy it. Players can shoot it to destroy it as well. So there is
okay,
a
it can be
decent
shot.
amount of
Nice.
counterplay inside of there, and you can destroy it if you really want to, like, kind of make your teammates mad.
Right.
So,
Sorry, go ahead.
shall we show off the runway cosmetics at this point?
Yeah, I think at this point,
Yes,
we've done the
please
Hydra,
do.
we've shown
Come
the
on.
shop, we've
Yep.
shown the passive, we've shown the ability.
Mm-hmm.
I think at this point, the viewers have been teased for so long. I said, who's that? Along, we were looking
Yep.
at the mastery rewards.
Come on, goes the cosmetic.
No doubt that's still in the back of their mind. There's
Especially
no
I
way
want to
that's
see that
below
young
the radar.
runway skin, because for
So
people who are
eventually we're gonna
cosmetic
have
crazy
to reveal
and
exactly
don't want
who
to play an
that
old
was.
lady,
Do it.
Unfortunately,
make her look
it's not
more
gonna be the
appealing.
first one that we show off. We're gonna have to wait a
Come
little bit
on.
longer. Me and my rabid excitement about seeing the Hydra. Everyone's gonna have to wait to see who that lady was in the game banner there. All right, so the first one we're gonna get to look at here, Gilded Runway.
She's
My
so
goodness.
regal.
Right, I was gonna say. I mean,
That definitely suits her
ties in with the
personality.
voice pack so well,
and you can
so
buy it with
regal.
rep. Nice.
Got the white gloves on.
Uh-huh.
This one fits.
You
This one's
have
good.
to be just so full of swag to pull off white gloves.
You think you could pull off white gloves?
Absolutely not.
No, I
Too
don't
basic.
think I could either. I don't have a chance
My
in
wife?
the world.
Probably.
Probably.
She's got way more swag than me.
Yeah, this and Runway's got swag to boot. It kind of looks like there. So that
I don't
is-
know what that means, but yes, to boot.
I've always just assumed that meant like extra. You've got extra swag. It's definitely something I've said before, so hopefully
I trust you.
I'm using it right. Yeah, you probably shouldn't trust me. But you can trust me in that I'm finally going to reveal exactly who that was in the banner a little bit earlier
Yes.
on. Gun Runner Runway. This is going to be the next skin
This is the special
that we
one.
get to take a look at. And there she is.
Yep.
This-
Perfect.
This is young Runway. This is so when Runway at the very beginning of her career, this is what Runway used to look like. She has aged gracefully, but on character release, you will be able to purchase a legendary skin for her, which is the younger version of her, and it
Nice.
just looks so awesome. This was definitely one of those pieces where the art team got fired up, the
Yep.
senior leadership got excited about this one, and it was, well, let's deliver something truly special here and try to get a legendary
Nice.
skin on the release of
Yep.
this character. And the fact that we were able to pull off is truly awesome.
Yeah, Runway deserves it. Some awesome skins there for Runway. This has been actually a pretty
That's a day one
packed
grab
little,
for me.
Little update coming into Rogue Company here.
It's not,
the
it's
Runway
not
update.
little.
Yeah, no, it's beefy. I
Taking
say little,
years
and that's
off
a
of everyone's life.
misnomer. All right, so we got what? Weapon mastery,
Yep.
new shooting range,
Yep.
new skins being added into the game.
You know it.
Bunch of weapon balance.
All of it.
And also, a new rogue getting added in Runway. Scott, I'll give you the floor here. Any kind of final thoughts on this update? I imagine you're excited for the players to get in, try out the weapon masteries, try out the new rogues. I'll hand it over to you. Any last thoughts on this?
One of the most important pieces for all of our updates, especially when it comes to PTS or anything else along those lines, we want to hear from you. We want the feedback. Let us know, how do you like weapon mastery? What do you think of those weapon milestones inside of there? Do you like those cosmetics? What do you think of Runway? All of these pieces, right? We know on our side that weapon mastery is going to introduce a good amount of balance in issues inside of there, and we did a pretty good job, we believe, of hitting a couple of the most offending weapons. And so we want to make sure that we have an open dialogue between the design and the Rogue Company development team and the community. So if you guys get in there and you experience any issues, feel free to just reach out to me, post on the Reddit, any social media. We want to hear from you.
And so, with any big update that we've now established is a big update, come big changes, and feedback then, of course, is important. Guys, we can't wait for you to get into the game, try out all of these new things, and, of course, give us your feedback and let us know how you're feeling. Scott Gandhi, thanks for sitting down with me discussing the Runway update. Can they see that? Does that track on camera?
I guess we can do it in your face.
When are they going to have
Well,
a...
it socked me in the face,
a
and I gotta go,
PTS.
I don't know, clean up a bloody nose or something. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching the Runway update show. It's been Dolson and Scott Gandhi bringing
There
it
was
to you.
none announced
Make
for
to
Paladins
tune in.
either.
I don't know, next time for the
Here,
next
here.
update. We'll see you in the game. Goodbye.
Okay. So, closing thoughts. I do like the update. I'm pretty excited. The new weapon and the weapon mastery changes alone have me hyped for what's to come in this update. The only thing I'm a little concerned about is, like I said, ever since the weapon mastery thing's been announced, the community has been very 50-50. And the last thing I want is this, this whole flood of build potential and variety for all these rogues to come out, the community says, we don't like it. And then Rogue Company reverts it because, you know, they care about community feedback, which is good. I just feel like gamers today are in an age where they like to cry more than adapt. And that kind of scares me with this update. But anyway, guys, let me know y'all thoughts down in the comments, whether you are watching this on Twitch or YouTube. I will see y'all in the next one. Peace out. Have a good weekend.